us know that spinach is good for us, but the question remains as to what makes spinach a superfood. One vegetable with so many health benefits is amazing, and our ancestors were not wrong in propagating its uses for the human body. So adding this green to your healthy diet will benefit your health in multiple ways. Before we get into the health benefits that spinach has in store for us, let's understand some of its nutritional values. First, some of the powerful health benefits of spinach are that this vegetable helps stabilize your blood glucose levels, helps in reducing your risk of developing cancer, prevents you from cancer, and is good for bone health. Further, the good news is that cooking spinach drastically reduces the amount of oxalic acid found in one serving. According to Food Revolution Network, steaming spinach has been shown to cut the oxalic acid by 5 to 53%. Steaming also allows the spinach to retain its folate content, a B vitamin that helps your body produce DNA. Now, this is also what you need to know. The young leaves of spinach can be eaten raw in salad, while the older ones are usually cooked and maqueue. Spinach has one of the shortest cooking times of all vegetables. Now, let's go to the farm and learn more about this spinach. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Kilimo and Biashara. Well, don't let that dust up there fool you. I know you've noticed that this area is quite dry, dusty, and you might be fooled that there is no farming happening here. But well, look at this. There's just a small riverbank right here that is serving large tracts of land here. And I'm just challenging you to think about that small riverbank that is next to your farm that is unutilized. Well, today we want to focus on spinach farming just right at the riverbank. So, would you join me in the farm? Let's go. Tony! Hello.
Oh, Linda, how are you?
I'm fine. You're already planting before I arrive.
Don't worry, this is spinach farming, and we have a lot of seedlings for you. You want to plant the whole area?
We
no
will
problem.
plant, as long as you count me in when you're harvesting.
We will, definitely, definitely, don't worry.
I'm seeing you have a lot of crops here that is not just spinach. Which ones are those?
We have kales, we have managu, we have terere, we have spinach, and we had kude, which got finished the other day.
I see you even have sunflower here.
Yeah, I've got a couple of hives, and I intend to start an apiary soon. That's why I've planted sunflower. For the bees, because like now you see it's very dry.
Yes.
There are no flowers around. So that one will help, you know, the bees. Yeah.
Tony, I've noticed that in this farm, even with the crops that you have, spinach is occupying the largest part of the farm. Why is it so?
Mostly we are concentrating on spinach according to the market.
Wow, but
what
why?
the customers want. People nowadays want things like spinach. They claim it has less gas. The demand for spinach is high in this place, Junja.
Tony, now I'm just curious, what's your journey into farming? How did you begin?
I started with tomatoes because that is a plant I knew about most. So started planting tomatoes and cucumber. And I also had broccoli and cauliflower. I did about 5 times until I said enough is enough, I have to change. That's why we decided to change to vegetables which are bought locally within Junja.
So even if spinach is the largest here in this farm, which crop did you begin with?
I started with kales then came to spinach.
Yes.
I went to Ginger Market and I found out spinach was the best-selling vegetable. So from kales, and I got started. And even before they were ready, customers were already at the farm. How they found out, I don't know.
So even before we talk about the market dynamics, for a farmer who's intending to venture into this type of farming, what are the essential things that they should factor in when they are beginning?
I planted the spinach, the seeds were from Stachyas, food hook giant. You make a nursery bed, and after 21 days, they are ready, but you harden them for about 4 days there, because it's a dry place. Then they're ready for planting. Then you plant them, you make your furrows. You might decide to put manure in advance or you put later on. Then you plant, make sure you do 1 foot spacing, like we are doing here with the drip lines. And then after planting the following day, make sure you spray an insecticide because of some insects that cut the tender seedlings. So you spray that insecticide and some foliar called optimizer that will manage the stress from the nursery bed to the to the furrow. There is some stress because you've removed it from its former place to a new environment. So you spray those ones, then and of course a foliar called starter fertilizer. Starter foliar, like I use Roses or P or whichever you use, so long as it has got phosphorus. That helps in rooting.
So there is a lot that really happens at the beginning.
Yes, you need to have an agronomist holding your hand to take you through the stages of growth. Yes, especially when they are tender. Yes, and watering is mandatory.
Speaking of water, Tony, to be honest, I feel like it's a huge gamble for you since you are really dependent on the riverbank right here, because I cannot see any other source of water. Is it sustainable? And I've seen you've installed drip irrigation. Why is it so?
Drip lines is one of the best methods of irrigation. One, it uses less water. Two, it's very precise where you're putting the water and where the seedling is. And doesn't have a lot of hassle, unlike the furrow. Because you can water even 2-3 times a day if you want to. Because all you need to do is connect the machine and start it. You just go opening blocks as the way subdivided. Number two, it's less labor intensive. One person can irrigate even 20 acres of drip. It's that easy. And then using drip irrigation, you get a very high plant population in a given area. If you had to do furrows, you'd find a lot of space is wasted. And unlike drip lines, where you literally plant in every space. So drip line is economical, both on land and water. You mentioned that it's susceptible to diseases and pests at the beginning of the process, but once you get out of the germination and to the growth process, is it still susceptible? Especially if you're using furrow, that kind of irrigation where water sprinkles, and water and some mud sprinkles on the leaves, you start getting black spots. And when you take to the market, the buyers, customers will start, pinpointing the black spots and all that. Vegetables is about the leaves, not fruit. So you come to that. Use foliars with a high N. There are various in the market. So you check for the one with the highest percentage. There are some chemicals that you're not supposed to spray because you eat these things.
Not tusukule dawa.
Tusukule dawa, something like desis and such. And you can also plant onions,
after.
Within. I'll show you a section I've planted some onions. They help rid off some of the insects.
So you actually grow onions and spinach in the same place?
You scatter them here, there, you know, it helps keep away the insects, so that you use less pesticides.
Tony, I've learned the entire process from the beginning, the germination and the growing. Now I'm curious to see how it's planted. I see planting is already happening right beside you. Let's go plant. Okay, where do we start?
Let's start here.
Tupande hapa?
Yes.
Nahitaji hii.
Ya kutengeneza hole. Then
what's the measurement?
1 foot. You count from this one, you jump 1 hole. That's a foot. So when you plant there, you make a hole.
Lazima mchimbie hii miti.
Yes, because of the roots. Then pole pole, namna hiyo.
Hivyo tu.
Water will start dripping there. Then this one here. So that you don't injure your fingers.
Hivyo tu?
Yes.
Is this why I funika this? And it's very sandy. So I skip this.
You come to this one. There's enough water that has been put. So you plant behind.
Oh,
yeah, like that.
Here?
Yeah.
Now we are done here. How long is it gonna take?
Well done. You've done a nice job.
Thank you.
Can even hire you when I need more workers.
More workers here can
yes.
come work.
Now the next phase will be within a month from today. You can come and harvest.
In a month's time?
You can come and harvest.
I'm coming for my spinach.
Welcome.
Because I've planted so much.
Don't worry. Welcome. You know the road.
You heard that from Tony. In a month's time, these crops will be ready for harvest. How about that? You can try this as well from today in your farm, in that small portion of land that you have. But we are nowhere close to the end of the show. We are just taking a short commercial break. When we come back, we still have a lot lined up for you. Let me take a glass of water. We are well armed for harvesting. So we are ready to harvest. There's a lot to be harvested here. But well, Buru, I've seen there's a buyer here. Sasa, ninaona umebeba kubeba. Sasa hizi zinaenda wapi?
Juja Market.
Juja Market. Sasa wewe ni buyer, supplier, ama nini?
Ni supplier.
Soko ya spinach ikoaje wakati huu?
Siku hizi sio mbaya sana. Juu kuko na kiangazi sana. Najua sasa wakulima wengi saa hii wanashindwa na kulima. Juu ya mafuta kuwa na bei, fertilizer iko juu. Sasa ndio inakuwa iko na demand.
Na hapo awali bei yake ilikuwaje?
Expenses iko na shida. Juu ukienda kwa shamba huwezi nunua kwa bei hii ya chini. Juu mkulima sasa kununua bei ya chini hawezi pata kitu. Inabidi sasa tununue kwa bei kali. Ndio na sisi hata sisi tukiuza tunauzia tu na bei ile, at least tutapata kitu kidogo.
Na wakati huu idadi ya wakulima imepungua?
Siku hizi sio wengi kama zamani. Uko na challenge. Na tena hakuna maji, mito mingi imekauka.
Na kwa soko huo unauza aje?
Tunanunua kwa mangunia kwa shamba, lakini tukiuza kwa soko tunauzanga na kilo na bunch.
Na mbona hivyo?
Ni vile tu soko kuna inauzangwa hivyo.
Bei ya hii mboga inabadilika ukiuza kwa gunia na ukiuza kwa bunch.
Nikiuza bundles, unajua at least utapata kitu. Lakini ukiuza kwa gunia ikiwa mzima hivyo, huwezi pata pesa mzuri. Unauza na bundles ili at least hiyo upate pesa kidogo.
Watu wengi sana wanataka kujua spinach ama mboga yao inatoka wapi. Sasa kwa soko kunaendeleaje?
Kwa raundi hii sio mingi. Hakuna mingi juu mahali tulikuwa tunaendea maji imekauka. Sasa wale wako na pampu zao wanapiga maji, wanakuza na maji. Sasa hao ndio wanauza wako kwa soko. Na sio wengi. wengi wameshindwa, kwa hivyo ni kidogo. Na tena jua imewaka, hata wengine wameshindwa na kuweka maji.
Wewe kama mkulima, ama kwa sababu umekuwa kwa hii biashara kwa muda sasa, unaweza sema ni biashara yenye faida?
Sio mbaya, lakini inalingana na wakati. Naona tena wakati mvua imenyesha sana, unajua soko uko na wakati iko na vitu ziko mingi na uko na wakati zimepungua. Sasa wakati ziko mingi haikuwangi na faida sana. Juu hata wale tunauzia farmers wanaenda wanawapelekea ama wanajipeleka kwa soko. Juu kila mtu anakuza hizo vitu. Lakini kama sisi tumezoea, tuko na experience ya miaka kadhaa, sasa sisi tuko na customer wetu. Hata ikiwa iko mingi, ikiwa dogo, sisi tuko na customer.
Sasa wakati upi ni wakati nzuri ya kupanda spinach?
Upande wakati mvua inanyesha, upande juu mvua ikiisha, sasa ziwe ziko tayari sasa kuharvestiwa. Sasa uharvest wakati kuko na jua.
Wewe kama mnunuzi, changamoto zako ni gani?
Unakuanga na changamoto, juu unajua unaweza enda, unaona wakati kama wajua. Sasa kuna kuanga na magonjwa mingi sana. Sasa kuna hii magonjwa ya powdery mildew. Sasa hiyo ina affect sana spinach. Sasa isipokuwa unaweka maji mzuri, hiyo powder hata ukipiga ndawa ina resist. Kwa hivyo inataka mtu apige maji mzuri. Na ndio unaona wakulima wengi wanashindwa kupea maji. Na wengine wanashindwa mpaka kupiga ndawa, juu hata dawa ni expensive. Sasa inabaki wakulima wachache wale wako na uwezo. Tuseme kama huku kwa Toni, unajua sasa kama hii amepanda. Huyu ni mkulima anajua vile analimanga. Analima vitu zake mzuri, anaweka fertilizer mzuri, anapiga ndawa wakati inatakikana. Kwa hivyo hata nikienda kununua kwake, najua hiyo chakula yake iko mzuri, haiko na shida. Hata nikiharvest nione kuko na shida, juu ako na manager yake, nitakuja tutaenda tukiangalia, tuone hii spinach iko na disease inaingia. Sasa saa hiyo tukiharvest inapigwa dawa immediately. Sasa next time itakuwa iko sawa.
Thank you so much. At least umenielimisha kuhusu soko ya spinach. Nimeshukuru sana.
Karibu.
Haya. Tony?
Yes.
Are you almost through?
Almost through.
Wow, let's harvest some more. See, we fill this sack.
Oh yes.
All of these are ready for harvest?
Ready for harvest.
Okay.
Get going.
Okay.
Remove the big ones.
I harvest right from below.
Yes, you start with the big ones. And then leave the next ones for the next harvest.
So how many times will you harvest once you begin harvesting from the start?
We harvest after every 7-8 days. Oh yes.
For how long?
3-4 months, depending on how you manage it. Yes, you put fertilizer, you put water.
And after ushaanza ku harvest, you have to put fertilizer.
Oh yes. Then weeding, watering, very crucial.
Okay. And I see they have very big leaves.
They've been fed properly by the farmer.
Ni maji?
Mkulima vile ameitunza.
It is so big.
Yes.
Tony, would you say this is a profitable venture?
Oh yes, it is a profitable venture, depending on how you manage it, so that you get high yields per given area. Yes, especially if you do it using drip irrigation, you are assured of a good harvest and good returns. Yep.
Nataka umesema these are the same ones that we
are going to cook.
It has already been prepared actually.
Yes.
Wow.
We're going to taste.
Did you hear that?
From the farm?
From the farm to fork.
To fork. Or to the stomach. That's better.
Whichever, farm to fork, farm to stomach, whichever, we are going to feast on this spinach. Tony has told me that they've already prepared some for us. So, how about we go to the favorite part of the show where we get to eat. Twende
kazi.
Welcome, Linda. Thank you. Na kuna avocado. Hiyo ndo imenifurahisha. Aha, thank you so much. So let's see. Ooh, bonge la ugali.
And we need some more. We'll cook.
Some more? No, this is a lot. The spinach looks so good. Alice has done a good job.
From the farm?
Yes, to the fork. So I do the honors of serving?
Please do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It looks so delicious and it has some meat.
Yes.
Tukikula na avocado katashika.
Kata kweli.
Then this is yours.
Again kwanza.
This is mine.
Oh, umepata?
Nikata ugali.
Kata.
Now this ugali. Where can I start cutting? Let me cut it like a cake.
Like a birthday cake, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
My hand is clean as well.
Oh yes, we just washed
I'll
our
just
hands.
do this. I don't want to eat with a fork, so I'll
Use
just
our
put
hands.
it here. Avocado! Sasa wacha tuone. Sasa nisikie hii farm to fork yako. Where I come from?
You have
You
to
must
squeeze
do
it.
this.
Paka
And now-
itoa nini? Maji.
But itatoa maji mpaka ikuwe ngumu. Then with some avocado.
Nasikiaje?
Tony, this food is so delicious, but what are the nutritional values?
I told you cancer is prevalent in this country. And spinach prevents cancer to some extent. It also aids in weight loss. You know, you become a society of obese people.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is one of the things that help reduce weight loss. It's good for eyes.
Oh, ni kama carrot. Ni kama carrot inasaidia macho.
Yes.
That is nice.
It reduces hypertension and aids in good bone health, calcium.
Now you're surely an agronomist. But now let me ask you, how much do you sell your spinach, especially at farm gate price?
About a week ago, we were selling it 20 bob a kilo. Now it has gone down to 15. But I can assure you, in the next 1 week, it's going to go to 20 bob, no, to 20 bob, 25 bob, and 30 bob.
Why? Why is that?
Because it's going to be damn hot. And once it rains, the rain comes with its good things and bad things.
Yeah.
All the cabbages, all the sukumas, all the spinach being harvested now won't last for a week after the rains. So there will be a big shortage.
Tony, we truly appreciate. The food, first of all, is delicious, farm to fork. We truly appreciate. And also for allowing us to come into your farm and sharing this important information. We truly appreciate. We don't take it for granted.
Welcome anytime. You're free to visit.
Yeah.
When you're passing by, always make sure you pop in.
Thank you.
Even if you won't eat, you can carry some to go and cook.
Why not? The food is truly delicious, I tell you. From farm to fork, just straight from the farm you source in the farm, starting from germination process to the growth and to the management practices and to the market dynamics. I'm sure by now we have motivated you perhaps to start farming. It's just a riverbank that is feeding the entire farm. So you might as well think about that riverbank that is next to your farm and you might start farming, especially spinach farming. So thank you so much for being part of the show today. We truly appreciate you. My name is Linda Koskei. Now let me finish my spinach and avocado and meat.